Morning student, let us discuss the next topic, importance of planning from the chapter 4 planning. These all are the points listed here. First importance is it provides the directions. Second, it reduces the risk of uncertainty. Third, it reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Fourth, promotes innovative ideas, facilitates decision making, and the last one, establishes the standards for controlling. These all are the 6 points relating to the importance of planning. Let us discuss in detail one by one. First, that planning provides directions as it focuses on end results, move and direct all the activities towards the achievement of goals, as planning provides the directions to the efforts of employee, and it makes clear that what employee have to do and how to do. So, by stating in advance how work has to be done, planning provides directions for actions to the employees, as employees know in advance in which direction they have to work, and that also leads to the unity of direction. And if there is no planning, employees would be working in different directions and organization would not be able to achieve its goals. So we say that planning provides the directions to the employee. Now the next is planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Uncertainty do not come as a shock, as it is already mentally prepared by the manager to face the uncertainty, and planning prepares the organization to face the uncertainty, as planning helps the manager to face uncertainty because planner try to foresee the future by making some assumptions regarding future, keeping in mind their past experiences and scanning of business environment. The plans are made to overcome such uncertainties, and the plans also include unexpected risk like fire, some other calamities in the organization, and the resources are kept aside in the plan to meet such a uncertainty. So planning reduce the risk of uncertainty. Next is planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities, as to make prediction and assumptions regarding future uh, with clear indication in plan what is to be done, who will do it, etc. Some work will not be done, same work will not be done by two people. Therefore three would be, there would be three therefore three would be no duplication of task. Let me clear this topic, like suppose the department plans are derived from main organizational plan, and as a result there will be a coordination in different department. And on the other hand, if the manager, non-manager and all the employees are following course of actions according to plan, then there will be a integration in the activities, and plans ensures clarity of thoughts and actions, and work can be carried out smoothly. So there will that it will reduce the overlapping and wasteful activities. Next is planning promotes innovative ideas. To make prediction and assumptions regarding future, highly innovative thinking is required, as it is a mental exercise and planning requires high thinking and it is an intellectual process. So there is a great scope of finding better ideas, better methods and procedure to perform a particular job. So planning process forces the manager to think differently and assume the future condition. So it makes the manager innovative as well as creative too. So next is planning facilitates decision making, that planners check the pros and cons of all options and take a decision, as planning helps the manager to take various decisions. As in planning, goals are set in advance and predictions are made for future. So these predictions and goals help the manager to take fast decision. As we have already discussed, that it facilitates the decision making process. And next is planning establishes the standard of controlling, that is it provides the base or yardstick or the standard for comparing actual performance in controlling is given by planning. In controlling is given by planning. As what do you mean by controlling? Controlling means comparing between planned and actual output, and if there is any variations between them, then find out the reason for such deviations and take the measures to uh, rectify the deviations. And for example, suppose if the planned output for a week in organization is 100 unit and actual output produced by employees 80 units, then the controlling manager must take measures to bring the 80 units production up to 100 units. Okay, and if they think that standard is much above than the actual, then they have to decide the standard as per the actual performance. So whatever changes is required is to be done by the manager. So the base for comparison in controlling is given by planning functions only. So this is what we have discussed, the various importance of planning. Now move to the next topic. There are some limitations also, so it must be taken care. Planning have some limitations like it is listed here. First is planning leads to rigidity. Planning may not work in dynamic environment. It reduces creativity. Planning involves huge cost. It is a time consuming process and planning does not give guarantee success. So let us discuss one by one the various limitations of planning. First is rigidity, that it is very difficult to make any changes in the plan once it is made, and managers are not in a position to change them, and they are forced to follow the pre-decided plan. And that when circumstances are changed, that may not bring positive results for organization. So this kind of rigidity in plan may create difficulty, that it does not promote permit new way of doing once the plan is implemented. So this is one of the limitations. Second is it may not work in dynamic environment. Plans may fail due to changes taking place in environment, and as we know that external factors are beyond our control, and we have to adapt according to the external changes. Like business environment is very dynamic, as there are continuous changes taking place in economic, political and legal environment, and it becomes very difficult to forecast these features, these future changes, and plan may fail if the changes are very frequent. See, now the current situation that never being planned in the past, that this period is going to come in this 2020. All the businessmen are suffering due to this unexpected changes in the environment, that is a spread of COVID-19. So these all are the things that cannot be planned in advance. So we can say that it may not work in the dynamic environment, and now that reduces the creativity also, as the manager of the organization start working rigidly and they become the blind follower of the plan only, and all middle and lower level become dull because they have to follow the instructions given by the top level management, and they do not take any initiative to make changes in the plan according to the changes prevailing in the business environment, and employees lose the creativity. They don't apply the brain while executing any functions. They just blindly follow the directions, and employees stop giving suggestions and new ideas of doing the work, and new ideas to bring improvement in working, because the guideline of workings are given in planning only. So this is what the limitations, that it reduces the creativity of the employee. Next is that involves huge cost, that spending more amount on planning, more expensive in gathering the informations, as it involves lot of cost, because it is an intellectual process, and companies need to hire the professionals, experts, to carry on this process, and not only their salary to the expert, the company has to spend lot of time and money to collect the accurate facts and figures. So it is a cost consuming process, and if the benefits of planning are not more than its cost, then it should not be carried out. Means benefit should be more than the cost incurred on the planning functions. Then is it is a time consuming also, as planning process is time consuming process, because it takes a long time to evaluate the alternatives and select the best one, and lot of time is needed in developing various planning premises. So because of this, the actions get delayed, and whenever there is a need for prompt and immediate actions, then we have to avoid this planning functions. Lot of time is invested in listing and evaluating the various alternatives. Now next limitation is, it does not give guarantee success. Like sometime manager have false sense of security that plans have worked successfully in past, so this will be working in future also. So there is a tendency in manager to rely on pre-tested plans, and it is not true. If the plan has worked successfully in past, it will bring success in future also, as there are so many unknown factors which may lead to failure of plan in future. So planning only provides a base for analyzing the future. It is not the solution for future course of action. So plan which brought success in past may fail in future. Last year's successful plan may fail in present year. So while concluding this, we can say that planning is not a substitute for success of an organization, because it suffers from many limitations, agreed, but it does not mean that managers should not perform planning functions. Rather, they should perform planning functions keeping in mind the limitations of planning and then try to overcome these limitations. So, while concluding, planning is important, but we should consider the limitations factors also. Then the work should be executed according to the plan. So, this is what we have discussed, the various two topics. Then one is importance of planning, that 6 point we have discussed in details. You just write down the notes in your BST copy, and you can modify your notes as per whatever you have understood. You can elaborate more as per your understanding. This is all about this topic. Thank you so much. Take care.